What is up? What is up? Is Brock with the Frost Buddy podcast. We're glad you're back. We got a good one here today for you because you know what? I'm just a little pissed off today because I've been thinking a lot about this. Just had a great lift. Had a good work day, and I was thinking about just the term focus and what it means because a lot of people in today's world, they can't freaking focus and they can't just go all in on one thing. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's social media. I don't know what the hell that it actually is causing it or what the problem is, but like it's just a real issue. And there's so many people that just can't seem to figure it out. And I think it's something that's getting worse in society. It's getting worse every single day. But sorry, before I get into that, if you haven't been here before, let me go over a little rundown. I'm Brock, founder of Frost Buddy. Went from 0 to 8 figures in less than a year, still going strong today in year 2. And, started this podcast. We talk a lot of things, business, entrepreneurship, a lot of things, personal development. It's very important to me, fitness, sports, whatever it might be, just try to kind of keep it as who I am and who we are, where I come from. So, if you're interested in any of that, if you find any value, please share the show, share it to someone that you think might have some interest. And, let's keep this thing rolling because we're growing and it's exciting. And, just want to keep the podcast running. I think it's super fun to do and, share the thoughts, share my experiences with you guys. And, maybe people that are coming up, maybe people that want to learn about business, maybe people that just need some freaking motivation, need a kick in the ass. So you just never know what someone might need. But if I can help one person, it's absolutely worth it. But here we go. Today is about focus. And why do I say that? Because it's more so about the fact that if you want to become great, if you want to become absolutely the best, right? Like when I look at Frost Buddy, I'm like, I want Frost Buddy to be the biggest business in the drinkware, outdoor lifestyle. Like I want to go at Yeti. I want to take them down. Yeah, they did 1.2 billion last year. God knows what they'll do this year, but I don't care because I am 100% focused on doing that and going every day, grinding every day to basically build Frost Buddy into the biggest drinkware / lifestyle brand that I can possibly build. And here's the thing that I learned real quick, because I was not focused. I was not focused at all, like a lot of people are. I think in today's world, you watch Instagram, you watch TikTok, you see all these serial entrepreneurs. It pisses me off to no end because that is the biggest scam, sham, just the dumbest thing in the entire world to be like, oh, I want 9 streams of income because, I want 9 small streams of income. And when I really look at it, when you really look at who is successful, who is absolutely dominant in the business and the entrepreneurship world, let's look at Bill Gates. Let's look at Elon Musk. Let's look at Andy Frisella. Let's look at Zuckerberg. Let's look at Bezos. Guess what? None of them. They all went all in on one thing and they became the absolute best. They went all in. They jumped in 2 feet. They burned the ship behind them and they went after it because the only way to become the best is to go all in. If you go 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in something else, or if you go 1 foot and 5 feet in other things, then you are going to lose. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because here's the deal. If all of a sudden you're competing against me in the drinkware space, which I'm sure there's several competitors out there that are, and if you have 3 other business ventures, now inevitably you're splitting your time and your thoughts, more so your thoughts, quite frankly, into thirds. I am not. I am 110% all in on this, thinking about it every day. If I have downtime, I get to learn. If I have downtime, I get to create a podcast to help further grow, one, my personal brand, but then on top of that, if my personal brand grows, guess what? Frost Buddy inevitably grows. And so I get to go all in, whereas you're splitting it into thirds, into fourths, into fifths, and you're like, oh, but I have these 5, 6, 7. Well, that's great. You might be winning in the first year, in the first 2 years, the first 3 years, but in 10 years, the compound effect of going all in 100% of the time is going to pay off, and I will absolutely destroy you. At the end of the day, I will win because I went all in. If you go 1 foot in, 1 foot out, I tried it. I tried it with, hell, quite honestly, my last year of track and field when I was pole vaulting. The year before Frost Buddy started and took off, I was Big Ten runner-up with my best friend, was twice, 2 times in a row, was a national qualifier, and honorable mention All-American. And I had the greatest year in athletics that I had ever had. Frostbite takes off, and now the next year I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to kill it in track and field. Guess what happens? I'm splitting my time both mentally and physically, because the mental energy is arguably more important than the physical, because quite frankly, you can take caffeine all day, every day, and get through that day. You can get through it physically, but mentally, that mental energy, the critical thinking piece, the strategy piece, the, the really what's important, right? That is where I started to lack. So as I'm splitting my time, I'm working all day, every day on Frostbite, and then crap, 3 o'clock hits, I got to go to practice. And no, I'm not really focused on practice because I was so all in on Frostbite and I was trying to grow that my mind, one, was shot. Two, it's so hard to flip that switch and be like, okay, now let's focus on this. And three, what did I stop doing? I stopped doing the important recovery pieces. I stopped doing, maybe the extra drills in the morning because I had to also split my time for Frostbite. And now instead of doing 100% or 110% all on one of those things, whether it's pole vault or Frostbite, I'm doing 50% on one, 50% on the other. And now I'm doing both just a little more poorly than I should be. And it's like that with everything. If you have 2 separate businesses and 2 separate industries, or if you have 2 separate jobs, you will not be the best at either of those. And if that's what you want, that's perfectly fine. But I'm just here to tell you that if you focus 100%, you will be better than that other person that is not focusing 100%. It's that simple. It is that simple. If someone says otherwise, they're lying, they're wrong, or maybe they've just never done it. And if there is that 1% outlier, that 0.1% outlier, then so be it. But that is not the case at all. It's just not. Because at the end of the day, when I am 100% in at all times, and you are 1 foot in, 1 foot out, guess what happens? If that other one's doing okay, you have a little bit of a backup plan. I don't have a backup plan. I am all in. So if this goes down, this is my life. This is my livelihood. This is my ship. It goes down. That's all I got. It's fight or flight. Whereas you are like, oh, if that doesn't work, that's okay. I still have this other thing. It's a mentality thing. It is a mentality issue. And quite frankly, it's weak-minded, in my opinion, to split it because you are playing it safe. You are playing it comfortable. Yes, you can have an okay life. You can have 7 streams of income. You can be very comfortable. You can probably make 6, heck, even 7 figures. But if you're going to go 8, 9 figures, find me that person that's at 9 figures that didn't go all in for the first 5 to 10 years of their life. And then, here's the kicker. You look at these people that are ultra successful. You're like, oh, well, they have all these different incomes. Yeah, they do. That's right. And as Frostbite grows, and let's say I start off with Frostbite, right? Online business, working really well. And guess what happens? Right now, we're using third-party fulfillment. What happens when we get big enough to where, I'm like, you know what? I want to do my own fulfillment. And I start doing my own fulfillment. Well, I learn the system. I vertically integrate this, and I'm like, you know what? I can save money. I can build this system, this process, and I can build our own fulfillment for Frostbite. I build it for Frostbite. We're running it for 2, 3, 4 years, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second, we got this down. Let's just take on some other clients. And now I start building a separate business that is perfectly in line with what I'm already doing. I'm not going out and learning anything necessarily new. But now Frostbite is a massive client to this fulfillment company that is already killing it. So now I don't need any capital for this because Frostbite is just fueling it. And now I just take on 1 client, take on 2 clients. And organically, that's how these really ultra successful people have 7, 8, 9 businesses, because they're not going out horizontal. They're not going out and grabbing different industries. What they're doing is they've built this monster. And off of that, they've had these spinoffs of companies that they were already doing within their company. And they just started building it out a little bit more and bringing on more people because they already knew how to do it. I could do the exact same thing if it came to Amazon. I'm building a full Amazon team. We have 7 people right now. Let's say in 5 years, we have 20 people. Guess how easy it would be for us to say, you know what? We already have the compensation structure for employees to add on. We already have the systems in place for how we attack new products, for how we attack new collections. And we already know everything that there is to know about growing $100 million Amazon agents or company. Let's just take on another client and then another and then another. And let's just build it out slowly. Guess what? Now I have a second company, a third company. Sorry. And now, because I've focused so long on building this beautiful, prosperous company that is just booming for maybe 5-10 years, now it's super, super easy because I don't have as much time probably involved and invested in Frostbuddy at that point. I probably have delegated a lot of it. I probably have a bunch of systems and processes to where I can be like, you know what? I'm going to take a couple months, get this running, get this going, get some executives in there. Boom. Now we got it. Now we got it running. And now, yes, there's another company. And same thing would go with maybe, social media advertising. Same thing might go with, heck, content creation. You could build another company off of that. There's so many spinoffs that you can do once you've focused. But people, they try to find the next shiny thing because maybe it gets hard, or maybe the revenue's not where they want it to be as fast as they want it to be. Guilty. Absolutely. It sucks. But I know that when a competitor is going after that other shiny thing, going after that spinoff or that new product or whatever it might be, and I'm all in 100% of the time, focused, I will win. It's that simple. There's just no way around it. Absolutely not. And so, yeah, it pisses me off when I see people talking about 7 and 8 income streams, because it's like, quite frankly, I don't give a shit. I don't care, because I'm like, you're not going to be at 100 million, 500 million, a billion like that. You're just not going to be. It's like when LeBron James, let's look at LeBron, right? If he goes and he tries to split his time and focus on building companies along with basketball, if he tries to, go do stuff as he's building his career, no. What did he do for the first 10, 15 years of his career? He was just grinding. It was basketball 100% of the time. Did he have advertisements and all that? I'm sure. But what was his main focus? Look at Kobe, look at MJ. What was their main focus? They absolutely had 100% focus on being the greatest, being champions, and winning every single day, every single year, for an extended period of time, basically until the world told them they were done. Heck, not even, right? So it's the same thing in everything in life. It does not matter what you want to be in. It doesn't matter if you want to be, in sales. It doesn't matter if you want to work for a company. It doesn't matter if you want to be a graphic designer, a video editor. It doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter if you want to work at the post office or work at Best Buy or be the manager. It does not matter. If you focus 100% of your effort at being the best, at learning, growing every day, then you will be the best. It's plain and simple. But today, society, and because of our short-term mindsets, because we get so many notifications on social media, and we're so used to just not having to think long-term strategy. We're so used to just thinking about the short term, the next 5-10 minutes, the next 5 clicks, the next scroll on TikTok, whatever that might be. We can't focus. We don't focus. And the second you change your life and you start to focus, is the second that you will start seeing a compound effect, and the second you will start making some serious gains in whatever the hell you set your mind to. But you got to go all in. And if you don't want to, then that's fine, but don't expect to be the best. So make your pick, make your choice, go all in, be the best, split your time, be comfortable, and, kind of just half-ass everything that you can. Try to split your time, run around with your head cut off, going this, that, and don't find any focus ever. And that's fine. Some people might do that, but don't expect to be the best. So it's that simple. That's why I cut out everything else that I was doing. I had 3 or 4 other side hustles, side ventures while we were doing Frost Buddy, and I cut them out. Were they making money? Actually, some of them, yes, were making more money monthly than Frost Buddy was. And it wasn't worth it to me to personally make the money because I knew that I needed to build Frost Buddy to be the biggest and best company that it could possibly be, to be world known, to be a household name, to be so known that when people find out that you're the founder, they're like, oh my God, like it is that wow factor. That is what I want. I want it to be absolutely massive. And so, yes, I was like, in 10 years, am I going to give a shit about this little puny side hustle that, yes, right now is putting some more money in my pocket, but long term, it's just taking away time and vision from what I'm really wanting to do. And so, yeah, I dropped them. I put 100% focus, and I'm still focusing today. And that's what I'm going to continue to do because I want to win. And I know that's the way you got to win. So that's all I got. See you next time.